use popsicle sticks for roofs.
All right. We are live, guys. We are live. Let's see. We'll
Hey!
officially go live in about 5 minutes.
When I see
So
it.
I guess this is an opportunity to do a sound check. Bessie is driving back from Tulsa. They drove over to the state fair in Tulsa with the family this weekend. So I have no Bessie. Yes, we have no Bessie. So
We saw that those pictures she posted.
cool. Yep. With let's see, there was one that I saw recently with Joe sitting on a horse with his grandmother right there behind him. So that was pretty cute. Pretty cute. So we are starting the Perilous Island campaign. So really, really cool. This is the very first. I don't want to get into this because I'm gonna probably end up repeating everything. We got about 4 minutes before we go live. Check my cameras. There's camera. Okay. Looking good there. Looking good. We have Matt, Spence, and Michael Greenhill from Clarksville, Tennessee is joining us today. And Matt Spence is up in New Jersey. Let's see.
Beautiful garden state.
We're going to, again, I'm just going to end up repeating all this stuff. So I got to find something else to talk about. So anyway, they went to the Kickstarter. Okay. We were working on putting together some of the starter boxes. So we have enough stuff to get some of the starter boxes going. We don't have everything we need yet to finish all the starter boxes, but at least we have enough to get started. We got another PDF ready to send out. Hopefully, Bessie, this next coming week, we'll be able to send out the final version of the characters book. So if any of you received a pre-release copy, you should eat that one and toss it out, because there were at least a couple changes that were made. So the official final version will be sent out probably this next coming week. Really, really cool book. Over 500 character profiles in there. Focuses a lot on the figures available through Pulp Figures, Bob Murch's awesome Pulp line from Canada. It also has, of course, all of our Pulp Alley leagues in there, and possibly a few that some of you might not be familiar with. So that's kind of cool too. We're going to go live in about 2 minutes. What was that, Matt?
And it has pictures.
It has pictures. It does have pictures. So you don't even have to worry about the numbers and the stats. Just get it for the pictures. And then it has some cool Sally Forth stuff in there too. We got about 1 minute to go. Oh, I just noticed I don't have all my lights on. Without Bessie here, I really won't be able to, chat with y'all via the interwebulars. So saying hello to Jim Stute is on here this morning. Eric E.S. Taylor. Eric has been doing some really cool stuff. He was working on his Atomic American something. I don't remember. It's AAA Adventures, maybe. Really looked a lot like I think he was using some artwork from the old Cadillacs and Dinosaurs comic. I don't know if any of you are familiar with that.
Yeah.
Really cool setting. I always wanted to do a Pulp Alley setting like that. And we've played with that a little bit. Cars and dinosaurs running around. So really cool stuff. Let's see. Jim Stute, Edward Hooper, Marty Devine is on here. My phone is going bink, bink, bink. That must mean I'm supposed to be starting now. Phil is on here. Is it 11 yet? Yes, it is, Phil. It just went ding. W. Lowe is on here. Smart Ass Podcast is on here. Yes, indeed. Tony Cullen is on here. Marty Devine. Very cool. Very cool. So, hey, everybody, this is Dave here at Pulp Alley, and today we are starting the Perilous Island campaign. This is the very first campaign that we put together for Pulp Alley. Originally, I had intended to put this campaign in with the basic rule book so that it would have been twice as long. But then we discovered this comic book format, and these are printed by a comic book printer. And I thought, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make those. And at the time, they had a limit of 44 pages. And that's why the Pulp Alley rule books and all of our first edition rule books are exactly the same number of pages, because that was the maximum number of pages that I could use to have this cool saddle stitch that I wanted, or not a saddle stitch, but a saddle staple, which I actually wanted in the book. So that's why the books were made that way. Let's see. So eventually we will do a second edition version of that. And remember that Perilous Island is the prequel to Lemuria. Those two campaigns are supposed to kind of dovetail together a little bit. We have Matt and Michael today joining us from the far off nether reaches of the interweb. So they are on here and they're playing. And now...
Hello.
I guess, yes. Say hello, Michael and Matt.
Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
There you go. So, there's no reason you can't play along at home as well. If you have the Perilous Island campaign and you'd like to either play with a friend or play solo, you could keep track of your progress to the Perilous Island campaign and see how it compares to the players that we're playing through the campaign with as well. So we encourage all of you to kind of keep track of your progress, and because that's the big difference between this series and the previous series that we've done. So far, we did the 2018 Scenario of the Month series. We did the China Station entire campaign, and we did the 2020 Scenarios of the Month. And in all of those, we kind of did them as one-offs, where we did not keep track of the resources that they gathered, or the reputation that they earned, or the experience that they earned. But this time we are doing that, and we encourage you guys to do it at home as well. Matt Spence is playing Minerva and her crew of ruffians, and Michael is playing the Dundees. Well, Lucky Dundee rolled a 1 for his random event, and he is not showing up until turn 2. This has an interesting deployment, though. So remember that when you deploy on turn 2, you simply follow the normal rules for deployment for that scenario. So he could show up in a lot of different places. It'll be interesting to see where Michael chooses to set up Dundee. The major plot point for this scenario is right here in the middle of the table, and we're calling her Susan. So Susan is right here in the middle of the table, this archaeologist that they need to try to rescue or save or question. She's right here. In Pulp Alley, you will run into this once in a while, where a personality is simply part of the story. This is not a character sitting out here in the middle of the table. She does not activate. She does not have stats. You cannot attack her. She is simply part of the story, and in Pulp Alley, we call that a personality. That's what separates a personality from a character. Characters have a profile, characters activate, characters can fight, characters can yada, yada, yada. A personality is really nothing more than a plot point or a piece of terrain or something like that. Part of the story. Let's see. There are 4 minor plot points, and because we're doing this as a campaign, those could be very valuable because that's where you could earn extra stuff for your next game, right? Your resources. So there are 4 minor plot points. You can come over here and you can search in the Susan's tent. You can rifle through Susan's luggage. You can come over here and try to question Susan's maid, or there is some interesting information possibly on this ancient artifact that is in this ruined church over here. So those are some things. We have the Minerva's League is set up over here, and over on the other side, we have Elaine and Millie alone. Well, I guess 2 people, but without Lucky Dundee. We've already drawn cards. We've already rolled for initiative. Matt Spence has control of the cone. And Matt Spence's random event for this scenario was no running or fighting on turn number 1. This is a 6-turn scenario. Matt, I hope you've had plenty of time to think about it, and you have a wonderful plan as we start Perilous Island campaign here. So you tell me, are you going to activate, or are you going
I
to
am, sir.
You are. Okay. Who are you activating?
All right. I'm going to take Mo and Larry, or Ujarak and Toklo.
Okay.
And they are going to go towards the plot point in the building to their left.
Okay. Ujarak is right there, so he can move 6 inches, and he will. Now, to get in, you do have to kind of come around to this side over here.
Right.
So a 6-inch move gets you almost nearly there. And then you said Ujarak and Toklo. So Toklo now moves, and he's right behind. Matt chooses to activate a second time and goes to there. Now who?
I'm going to go with Ramjeet.
Ramjeet.
He's going to say hello to the lovely maid as he has a way with older women.
Oh ho ho! Oh, that dastardly Rami. So he had 6 inches towards the maid, the old maid.
He's preparing his best. How you doing?
Who is described in the scenario. She is described in the scenario as looking somewhat like an ox.
That's
Who's next?
Like women. Minerva and Kadeem are going to go towards Susan.
Okay, Susan, look out. I see some ruffians coming towards you. So do you want Kadeem leading the way?
Yes, please.
Kadeem is in front. Minerva is right behind him.
Boo!
Meat shield. Well, I mean, Kadeem. Sorry.
That's where you end your turn number 1. So now I guess Michael is going to get to activate because he's the only one with characters left on the table. Michael, who are you going to activate? Where are they going?
Man, this is rough. He went right for Susan on turn 1.
I know. Are you just going to let that happen? Are you just going to stand back and give him a free run here?
Let's send Millie. Let's send Millie out towards Susan.
Okay. Millie can move 6 inches. Remember, reconnoiter affects both leagues. That's why it says all characters. Every once in a while, I have someone go, "Oh, that doesn't affect me. It only affects you." No, all characters means all characters.
And then go ahead.
Elaine. What about Elaine? What is she doing?
I send her over towards
she's going for this. I mean, honestly, you see, he's going to hold on to the initiative as at the start of turn 2, and he will be grabbing the major plot point on turn number 2, and he will have Susan by the short and curlies.
Well, in fairness, Dave, you're still rolling for me.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you could still count on my dice to be evil.
True. Go ahead and send Susan. Go ahead and send Lady Elaine out there.
Okay, all right. Standing in the open, letting it hang in the wind. There she is. She is there. And that
She's
ends the
protected by
turn.
knowledge.
That ends the turn. And that means Lucky Dundee is finally going to show up. We were discussing this earlier, and we decided that it was probably either that he was looking for a good cup of coffee or that he was just enjoying the fact that they had really good coffee here in Hidalgo. I want to check real quick just about the so when you deploy Lucky, you may not deploy within 6 inches of an enemy or a plot point. Otherwise, you can be anywhere on the table. Now that's a rule from the scenario. That's the normal deployment rules for this scenario. I think that's important to remember because some folks, they think, well, you always do side deployment. Well, no, like each scenario tells you where you're supposed to deploy. All right, where are you going to put him? You know what? We're supposed to draw cards first. I'm sorry. So Matt is still the director. I'm going to draw a card for Matt. Matt, you're going to add a danger to your hand of naughtiness. Matt, I don't think you ever. Hey, Matt, I don't remember you ever telling me what ability you picked.
The ability I picked was Marksman for Minerva.
Okay. So Minerva has a extra shooty pistol today from Mordecai, her trustworthy associate, and he boosted up her Schützen. Let's see. How about for Michael though? Michael gets a new card, a just reward. Now that's interesting. Just reward can actually come in very handy. Let's see how that goes. All right. As we start turn number 2, we need to know where. Where is Lucky Dundee going to show up?
Put him 6 inches behind that, 6 inches away from Ramjeet behind their rock.
Oh, interesting. So,
so
he came up behind Ramjeet and the baddies over here.
That's why he was late.
That's why he was late, boys and girls. He was coming up from the rear, if you know what I mean. So, you can't be within 6 inches, and boys and girls, that means over 6 inches. For those of you that don't know, over 6 inches. Over 6 inches. Okay, so that. Is that, let me switch cameras.
Yeah, that's great.
Putting him where you want him to be. Here's a little blue button sitting out here. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that looks fine.
Oh boy. Lucky is saying let's get it on. Lucky says let's do this, boys and girls. All right, very interesting. All right, Matt, that might have thrown a wrench into your gears. What are you going to try now, mister?
I believe Ujarak is going to go for towards the plot point in the building.
Okay. You have that uncanny in your hand, so that could help Ujarak out immensely. Boys and girls, in this old church over here, in the ruins of this old church, hidden behind a wall was a strange ancient artifact. And that's what Lady Elaine has been, I'm sorry, that's who Susan has been here checking out. So he wants to go in and find out what's going on. So as he approaches the strange artifact, is he going to attempt the plot point?
He is, sir.
Okay. So he is attempting the plot point. When he attempts the plot point, the very first thing that occurs is a peril. What could the peril be? Could it be some sort of trap? Spikes? Let's see. Here is the challenge he's going to have to roll for. And it is a 1 with cunning. Is he going to try to dodge that? or is he going to try to roll his 1 dice of cunning?
I'm going to try and roll my 1 dice for cunning.
Okay. Because if you fail it, you could always burn that uncanny. Here
Agreed.
is your 1 dice for cunning to avoid the trap. And he passes it. He spots the needles, the holes, and he says, I don't want my fingers in front of that. He passes the peril, and now it is the plot point, and now you need 2 successes with finesse or cunning. 2 successes with finesse or cunning. What are you going to do there? You only have 1 dice in both of those. So you could roll 1 dice, and if
I'm
you
going to roll
pass
1
it,
dice.
yeah, if you pass it, you could try to throw your uncanny on there. Here is your 1 dice roll. It is a failure. Now, do you still want to throw the uncanny, or are you going to hold on to it?
I'm going to hold on to it.
Good choice. Good choice. You are still the boss. What are you going to do next?
I'm going to move
Taklo. Taklo's going to try his luck in there.
No, I'm actually going to move him towards Lucky.
Are we going to fight Lucky? Are we doing this? Or are you just nonchalantly strolling towards him?
I'm gonna throw down.
So you are turning and you are rushing at Lucky Dundee. Turns and rushes at him, ululating as he comes in with his dagger. I assume that Taklo is going to be rolling 3 dice 6 to brawl.
That would be correct, sir.
What is Lucky Dundee going to do? Lucky Dundee, you could shoot with 4 dice 6. You could brawl with, I'm sorry, I should have said D10s. 4 die 10. Or you could brawl with 4 die 10, so it really doesn't matter. Or you could dodge with 2 die 8.
Let's brawl.
Okay. So he sees him coming. He turns and he's going to throw fists right back at him. This is a sacrifice play is what I see going on here. Where Taklo, you know what? Doggone it. Boys and girls, I don't think I've mentioned it yet today, but please take a moment right now and click that like button for us. That's really important to us. Also, if you're not a subscriber, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you're already a subscriber, make sure you have clicked the notify to make sure you know when we upload a new video. Let's see how this fight goes. Now, Pulp Alley isn't one of those silly I go, you go sort of things. When you come to rushing at somebody, they are going to fight back fairly often. And let's see. Taklo gets 2 4s. Lucky Dundee gets 4 successes, and not a single one of them can be blocked. Not a single one of these successes can be blocked because those 2 4s are too low. This automatically becomes a take-em-all situation. That means Lucky Dundee is going to have to roll a 2 dice health check, and Taklo is going to have to roll a 4 dice health check. Let's see how this goes. Here is for Lucky Dundee. Oh, and he's not even injured. Lucky Dundee is not injured. Taklo, pow, is knocked to the dirt in the dusty sands of Hidalgo, Mexico. So there you saw how Pulp Alley is so much different than other games, right? So many other skirmish games, you just move your guy up there and you'd attack Lucky Dundee like he was a fence post. And Lucky Dundee would just stand there and take it. And then maybe later in the turn, maybe Lucky Dundee would attack. But Pulp Alley represents the actual fights from the pulp magazines. It actually represents fighting from the action adventure movies. How many times have you seen a goon come rushing at the hero and the hero smack knocks him to the dirt? Look at this. Lucky hasn't even used his activation. That was Taklo's activation. So The
Hey,
other
Dave.
thing that,
Keep going. Keep going.
The other thing that happened there is that because Lucky Dundee clearly won this fight, that means Michael takes control. He is now the director.
Can I go ahead and can I go ahead and play a stay down on him so he stays down?
Absolutely. Yep. So that means Taklo will not get to roll a recovery check at the end of this turn. It's important to remember that does not mean he failed it. It just means that he's going to lay there for an extra turn. All right. Michael, you have suddenly become the boss. Now what are you going to do? Are you going to go after the major plot point sitting in the middle of the table? Or are you going to do something else?
Let's send Lady Elaine up there.
Lady Elaine. When Lady Elaine activates, Matt, do you have a handful of cards that you would like to unfold?
Boom.
Yes. I would like to play
Distraction.
Danger.
How about a distraction first?
Ooh, yes. I just caught that one. Yep. That'll work.
Ooh.
Okay. So when Lady Elaine activates, he throws a distraction on her. Perhaps she was worried a little bit about Lucky. So she throws a distraction, or Lady Elaine is a little distracted. And now, are there any other cards that you would like to play?
No, I'll hold the rest.
Do you want to play the danger or not?
I'll hold that for now.
Okay, he says, I'm going to hold my danger. Now, just so we're clear here, and I don't want to mislead you, it is a card that you play when she activates. So if you're going to go ahead and let her move, you will not be able to play it on her at any other point during her activation. So he's going to choose to hold on to his danger card because he knows she's going to have to face a peril anyway. So here it goes. Is that what you're going to do, Michael? Or are you going after Lady Elaine?
Going after Lady Elaine.
I'm sorry, I got to call her Susan.
Or
Susan. Yeah. Susan. Okay. So
Lady Elaine after Lady Elaine.
Yeah.
Right.
Lady Elaine is going to try to convince Susan, come with us if you want to live. And here is your peril. Lady Elaine is going to have to roll one success with finesse. And she is distracted. Let's take a look here, boys and girls. Lady Elaine has 3 die 8 in finesse. But because she's distracted, she's down to rolling 2 die 8. Michael, do you have anything else to do?
Does not look like it at this point.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay. So we're going to roll these 2 die 8. We're going to roll these 2 die 8, and he needs one of them to be a 4 or better. And he gets them both. The distraction, boys and girls, lasts for the entire activation, not just that one challenge. So as he now, Susan spins around as Lady Elaine comes up. She's nervous. She's worried. She spins around trying to slap her. She doesn't want to be kidnapped. But so Lady Elaine avoids being hit. But now she needs to convince Susan, don't worry, I'm here to protect you. So here is her challenge for the plot point. The plot point is 2 with might or finesse.
Ooh.
2 with might or finesse. We know what her finesse is. She's going to roll 2 die 8. Definitely better than her might is.
Oh yeah.
I don't see any other tricks, boys and girls. I don't see any tricks here. So that's what the roll is, isn't it?
Does the first peril didn't count as a challenge, right?
Absolutely, it counted as a challenge. Let's get you another card. Here is the card added to your hand. A disarmed. You added a disarmed to your hand. Whenever Lady Elaine passes a challenge, she gets a card. Okay, but now you're going to have to face this plot point, and you need 2 successes. 2 successes with might or finesse. Are you ready for me to roll this, Michael?
Ready.
You got to get them both. You got to get them both. And you did, Michael. You got them both. You got them both, Michael. So, Lady Elaine has now decided I'll go with you. So, Lady Elaine is a plot point. We're going to show that, I'm sorry, Susan. Lady Elaine now has the plot point, the major plot point. I'm going to set the model over there on the card, and I'm going to leave the little yellow button here to show that she has picked up that plot point. And you get a random reward card. There are 5 reward cards here. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll just roll a d10. 1, 2, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is this one. And the reward card that you got, oh my gosh, boys and girls, it's the experience card. Perhaps the most valuable card in the entire game is the experience card. That's how you earn experience, is by holding on to this card at the end of the scenario. She has just got a big target on her right now. Okay.
Yeah, that's scary.
You are still the boss. What are you going to do next?
That's
Millie?
scary because these ne'er-do-wells. Let's go ahead and take Lucky. He gets to move and stuff, right?
Absolutely.
Or does he count as coming on?
He is ready.
Let's can he see Minerva?
Absolutely, he can see Minerva.
Let's shoot her.
What do you want to move first?
Yeah, let's move up a little closer.
Maybe move up behind the rock?
Yes.
Okay. So he moves up behind this rock. Minerva is the nearest enemy. Rami is just a little bit further away. Minerva's right there. This is like some sort of back shot going on here. Do you see what's going on here, boys and girls? You see?
Not very gentlemanlike.
Oh, I tell you what.
Bad
you know, you see a caboose like that, though. I don't know how many of you have the Minerva figure, but she's got a good caboose. Okay, so Mr. Lucky, let's see how this works out for you. Mr. Lucky moves up and he's going to shoot. Normally, he would roll 3 die 10, boys and girls. I'm going to go through the math just for the new folks that are out there. You would normally just do this like in the blink of an eye, but I'm going to go through the math so that everybody kind of understands. He normally shoots with 3 die 10. He's been in a fight, so he loses one of those dice, but he gets it back because he's in short range. That's within 6 inches. So he's rolling 3 die 10 if he wants to shoot at Minerva. How? Now, Minerva's not going to take this lying down. She knows, right? She knows something's going on back there. She heard Taklo ululating. And so she knows Lucky is back there. How is she going to respond to seeing Lucky coming up behind that rock with his revolver?
She's going to turn and fire back.
She's going to spin and fire back. She would normally roll 3 die 10, boys and girls, but she has a but. There's always a but. She normally rolls 3 die 10, but she's got an extra dice because of her associate Mordecai, who helped her out this scenario and made sure she had a good pistola. She's also going to get an extra dice because she's in short range. She's rolling 5d10 with her revolver as she spins around and fans her revolver back into the rocks. So Lucky's rolling 3 die 10. Minerva's rolling 5 die 10. And
do you want to add your steady aim?
No, I'm going to hold that for now.
Okay.
Might need that again.
He's holding his steady aim. He's holding it. Let's roll Lucky Dundee since we have so many dice here. We're going to roll for Lucky Dundee first. Lucky Dundee scores 2 successes, a 4, and an 8. He is the active character here. That's something to remember. That's important. Here is Minerva returning fire with 5 successes. Boys
Oh my goodness.
and girls. 2 8s. Normally, I wouldn't line them up like this either. That's just for the camera. Just so you guys can get a sense of what we're doing here. 2 8s, a 7, a 6, and a 5. Now, what Lucky Dundee has to decide here, he's in cover. He's behind that boulder, so that could help him a little bit, but that's a whole lot of lead coming his way. How dangerous does he want to play this? Does he just say take them all, in which case they both have a fairly decent chance of being hurt? Or does he try to knock out? He can't even knock out 2 of them because his 4 is too low. So he can only stop 1. Is that worth it? Or do you just say take them all?
Take them all.
He says take them all. And I agree with that. I think that's the right choice. In this situation, I think that's the right choice. That means Lucky's going to roll a 5 dice health check, and Minerva's going to roll a 2 dice health check. Ooh. Since Lucky's the active character, we'll let him roll first. Here's his 5 dice health check, and he does not pass it. He does not pass it, and he rolled enough failures that the rock ain't going to save him either. So Lucky is injured. Lucky has a kapow, and we're going to mark him just like so to let folks know that he's got a kapow. Now, what he's praying for right here is to land a hit on Minerva. Make sure, see if she can fail this health check. And she does. She's not in cover. She rolled a 3 on her health check. And the other part of that is important is that she did not clearly win that fight because they were both injured. Now that's kind of interesting. And I'm
going to play disarmed on her.
Oh, very interesting.
Ow.
Disarmed. So you will not be rolling any more shooting for the remainder of this turn.
Yeah, because she hurts.
No more shooting for the rest of this turn. Now that's interesting. Okay.
Well, you cared, Michael.
Okay. All right. Michael, you are still the director. What are you going to do here, sir? You still have 1 character that has not activated, and that is Millie. What is she going to do?
Let her go up there and brawl with, is that Taklo in the middle? Or,
that's Kadeem.
That's Kadeem. Let her go up there and brawl with Kadeem.
He's the one with the blue hood. Millie is rushing at Kadeem.
He's my curly.
Millie is rushing at Kadeem. Millie's not a great brawler, but is that what she wants to do? She could choose to brawl here, or she could choose to just be a distraction and try to dodge. But that
Let's go ahead and dodge.
Comes with its own dangers.
Sure.
That comes with its own dangers. She will get to roll 4 die 8 to dodge. Kadeem could now choose. He sees the monkey coming up to him. The monkey's coming up to him and is not being overly aggressive here, but is choosing more to be a bit of a distraction to him. Now he gets to decide, is he going to just try and smack her, or is he just going to go ahead and take his 1 inch, and back away from it? Because at this point, Millie really is not a danger to him. And if he wanted to just back away, he could. So, Kadeem, do you take your free hits? Because Millie can't hurt you. Do you take your free hits or do you back away? That's a thinker, isn't it? See, I got him thinking now. I hope you're still there. Matt, are you still there?
I am still there.
Okay.
The smoke was coming from my head from all the brain work I'm doing.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna brawl with the monkey.
you bet. You bet. So he's going to take his 3 hits at her. And I don't think that was a bad choice. You know, it could have gone either way there. So since Kadeem is the only one doing any attacking, we're going to go ahead and roll his dice first. And here is his attack. He gets 2 5s. Millie, to avoid getting hit here, is also going to have to get some 5s or 6s. 4s will not help her. She rolls a 7 and an 8, and that is enough to stop the hits. Now, since she stopped the hits, Michael, would you now like to back up an inch, or are you going to try and keep a hold of Kadeem?
Let's keep a hold of Kadeem this time.
Absolutely. Backing up wouldn't have done anything. So I believe you've activated all of your characters, sir.
Yes.
Michael,
yes.
You have activated all of your characters. So now we're going to go over to Matt. Matt, I believe you've only activated 2 of your characters. One of them is face down, and the other one is over here in the ruins. So you still have Kadeem, Minerva, and Rami.
Let's go with Rami.
Okay, what's Rami going to do?
Rami's going to go to our lovely ox-like woman to the right and say, "How you doing?"
Okay. You know what? I forgot to move her, didn't I? She is supposed to move 6 inches towards Susan every turn.
Sure.
Let's see.
Yep.
She would have been over here, which I don't think that changes what you're going to do, right?
It does not.
Okay. So, Rami, you go up towards Umbaku, and the first thing will be a peril. I'm looking around, make sure there's no cards to be played. Okay. Here is your peril for trying to get a hold of the maid. 1 with cunning or might. You got 3 die 8 in cunning. Is that what we're doing?
Cunning or might.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Because they're both 3 die 8, so we'll be cunning.
Okay. So he outsmarts the old maid and or overpowers her, as the case may be, and is not injured by her trying to fight him off. Here is the plot point now. Oh my gosh! She's not so convinced that you're on the good guy side, though, and you're going to have to roll 3 successes with brawl, might, or finesse. You could do that with brawl.
Wow.
Brawl or might.
We'll go with might.
She's not as dumb as she looks. Okay, so you need 3 successes here. All 3 of them. Will he get them? No, you only got 1 success. With the uncanny, you could throw your uncanny on there and get an extra success, or you can hold on to it. Could be a long action, so that means you do have 1 success against the old maid. No real reason. I don't want to
waste it on that at the moment.
Yeah. No real reason. You can always use it later if you had to, I guess. Who's next? You have Kadeem and Minerva out here in the middle of the table.
Now, if Minerva were to go say hello to Lady Elaine and try to make Susan come with her, is it like a fight with
Yes.
Elaine?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Not only is it a fight with Elaine, but to make her drop the plot point, you've got to put Elaine down. So you've got to take her, right now she's at a D8 health. So you'd have to take her to a D6 and then to a down. And when a character goes down, they drop all of the plot points that they are holding. And that's when Susan would be loose then. So
okay, well then grab your popcorn, boys and girls. It's time for a cat fight.
And then I'm looking at the table here, and you could say that Millie is definitely the nearest Millie is definitely the nearest enemy here, but Millie is engaged with Kadeem.
Yeah.
So therefore, Millie can be ignored. When Minerva chooses to rush, she can ignore Millie because she's already engaged and she can go after Lady Elaine. Now, Minerva's not a great brawler from what I remember, but she's definitely better brawler than Lady Elaine is. So here we go. Brawl of 2 die 8, or are you just going up there to try and and you're going to be down a dice because of your previous fight. So I think you're at 1 die 8. I think this is something that people get wrong sometimes, so I'm going to take a moment here to explain this. Minerva normally rolls 2 die 8 to brawl with. She is injured. So some people go, oh, that means she's down to rolling a d6, and that's not what that means. If you read the rule, it's very specific what it says. It says you cannot roll a dice higher than your current health. So the only thing that affects are Minerva's d10 skills get shifted down to d8s. Since her brawl was already at a d8, it is not affected by her injury. So that's why she is still rolling a d8 there. Okay. If I know anybody that's a good dodger, it's probably that Lady Elaine. What is she going to do here?
She's going to play breakaway instead of rolling and move 3 inches back towards the end of the table.
Oh, my goodness. Look what she did. So he plays breakaway. Oh, with my big back right in front of you. And moves 3 inches away. Let's see if I can switch cameras.
She's a slippery one.
She is a slippery one. So she moves back 3 inches. And she's going to go back and get away from this place. All right. That's some trickiness going on there. There's some trickiness. And the last character that has not activated this turn is Kadeem. So Kadeem, what?
He is going to brawl with Millie.
He's going to activate. As soon as he activates, he's already engaged. And that means a fight starts automatically. He's already been in one fight. Are you going to be rolling 2 dice to brawl the ape, or 3 dice to dodge?
We're going to do 3 dice to dodge.
He's going to use 3 dice to dodge. Millie, what are you going to do?
Let's dodge.
Okay. Now that's interesting. What just happened there, boys and girls, is that both characters chose to dodge. No reason to even roll dice. You don't have to roll dice if both of the characters chose to say, I'm not going to fight. The other one goes, I'm not going to fight either. There's no reason to roll any dice there. So just stop. The next thing that happens is the active character has the option to move 1 inch away, a disengage move. Matt, you are the active character. Do you want to move 1 inch away from Millie?
No.
Matt chooses to remain engaged. Now, the defender, Millie, has the option. Millie, are you going to disengage?
Ooh, no. Actually,
Millie,
yes.
You said, wait.
Yes. Let's
Okay.
move an inch towards Lady Elaine, Lady Minerva.
Okay. I'll basically put you about an inch away from both of them. About an inch away from. Now, a disengage move. When you disengage, you must end this move over an inch away from all enemies. So he could not move within an inch of Minerva. But right there, he's pretty much, a little bit over an inch from her, and he's a little bit over an inch from him. So he's fine there. That ends the turn. And we're going to do some recovery checks. So here we go. Michael, are you still the director?
Still, am I?
Yep.
I think so. Yes, still the director.
Okay, here we go. Boy, that really switched things up, didn't it? Matt, when he got that director over here, that really threw a wrench in things. So here we go. Here are some recovery checks. We have both leaders. Injured. Well, let's drop a couple dice in here and have some fun. Let's do it this way, boys and girls. They always love this. So,
Mixing it up.
Michael, you're the director. I'm going to let you pick here. Are you the red dice or are you the white dice?
Red dice.
So the red dice is for Lucky Dundee. The white dice is for Minerva. Neither of them is a success. A 2 and a 3. So they both remain injured.
It seems strangely familiar to me.
Yes.
As we start turn number 3. We're going to draw cards here, boys and girls. We're going to draw cards. Here we go. The first card is for Michael because he is the director. Michael, you drew another stumble. That's your second stumble. That's interesting. Stumble's a really interesting card because it's one of the very few ways that you can actually move an enemy character. That can be really powerful when you really need it. Here is the card for Matt. Matt, you drew an out of ammo. That's interesting too. Out of ammo.
That's very nice.
Okay.
I believe we have to move the nursemaid.
Yes, I think so. I think she'll move 6 inches towards Lady Elaine. I don't really remember, but we'll say that. So she moves 6 inches towards.
Yeah, it just says as long as Susan's in play, she'll move 6 inches closer to her at the end of each turn.
That's fine. Oh, we didn't roll for poor little Taklo over here. What about
no? He had to stay down on him.
Oh, he doesn't even get to roll.
Nope.
Oh, that must be why he has that stay down card laying next to him.
He's resting.
That's clever. Okay, so he remains in the stay down position. As we start turn number 3, I think Lady Elaine is just running for the hills here. I think she's got a hold of Susan and she's going to try to find someplace safe to hide. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens. Michael, you are the director. What are you going to do here?
Lady Elaine is going to move as far as she can.
Okay. Matt, do you have any cards that you would like to play when Lady Elaine activates?
I'm going to play Danger.
Okay. You're going to play Danger.
Here it comes.
That is a dangerous move. That is a dangerous move because he has to hope that he gets a low or a big peril here. Because she gets a little one, she'll just end up drawing an extra card off of it. So here it is. Here is the danger card, and it says 2 with finesse or cunning. I think she's got
the cunning.
4 dice in cunning from what I remember. So she's got to get 2 of these as a success. 2 of these, she gets all 4. So she's going to, of course she does. She gets all 4 and she will get an extra card. Here is her extra card. Sidestep, which you can gain an extra dice of dodge. Okay, and now you can take off running. Is there any place in particular you're trying to get to, or is it just 12 inches away from Minerva?
12 inches away from Minerva.
Okay, so straight towards the back of the table.
Something she said.
Yeah, Minerva has the shoots and. Woo.
Straight to now. I could stop you at 9 inches, and you could take some cover behind a tent.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. So I'm going to stop you at let's see, 9 inches here, and you're running back around behind the tent. Something like this. Okay. Well, that makes her a pretty hard target. That makes her a hard target. And those tents are tall enough that they are blocking line of sight. So she is back there hiding. Look at that, boys and girls. Did I move that to a spot where you can kind of see it? Okay. All right. You're still the boss. What are you going to do next?
Let's see. Let's move Millie into contact with Kadeem.
Okay. So Millie is going to try to hold up Kadeem. Just a 1-inch move. Millie, that will automatically start a fight. Are you going to dodge or are you going to brawl?
Let's brawl this time.
Okay. Millie is choosing to brawl. She's not a great brawler. She only rolls 3 dice 6 to brawl with. Kadeem, how do you respond? Do you want to dodge or are you brawling? Whichever way you go, you're still rolling 3 dice 6. So what's it going to be?
I will dodge.
Okay, interesting. Kadeem is the red dice. Millie will be the white dice. Kadeem is trying to dodge. He does not want to get tied up into a fight with this crazy monkey, which is exactly what Millie is trying to do. Kadeem gets a 4, a 5, and a 6. Millie gets 2 4s, and Kadeem stops them. Kadeem, are you going to back up an inch?
Yeah.
Okay. Take that inch. Take that inch right there. How about that, boys and girls? You know what? I bet if it was me, I would want to go to the side a little bit more like that. So we're going to put him over there. Okay.
That was some good rolling. That was a good roll.
Thanks. I try once in a while. Let's see. Michael, you are still the boss, and you still have 1 character left. Are you going to activate, or are you going to ask Matt to go?
Well, since he messed up my my plan there, let's go ahead and run up towards Kadeem and shoot him.
Okay. You want to just get like
a few inches from him. Yeah, an inch away from him. Yeah.
Just an inch away. Point blank shoots in here. All right. So that means Kadeem will definitely be dodging now because Kadeem does not have a ranged weapon. How many dice is Lucky Dundee going to roll? Lucky Dundee would normally roll 3 die 10. But he is injured, boys and girls, and that means he's only going to have 3 die 8. He is in short range. Now, although Michael said run, he did not actually run. He did not move over 6 inches, so he's not losing a dice for his movement. He's rolling 4 die 8. Kadeem is trying to dodge with 3 die 6. Hopefully we can get all those to land okay. Here is the fighting. Is there any dice that anybody wants to roll? I'm sorry, any cards that anybody wanted to play? Oh, I guess I should have. No?
No.
Okay.
Not for me.
Here is the roll. You got 2 5s, Kadeem. That is enough to stop Lucky's 4, but it cannot stop his 6 or his 8. There, boys and girls, you kind of see the advantage of higher dice also. And that's one of the reasons why characters with bigger dice have a little bit of an advantage because they can get dice that can't be stopped sometimes. So anyway, Kadeem's going to have to roll a 2 dice health check. Here is his health check. Kadeem down. Bam.
Aww.
And Michael, you've activated all 3 of your characters.
Yes.
Okay,
so on to Matt.
Matt, it is your go, sir. It is your go. What are you going to do here? This is interesting. This is interesting. You're going to have to run. You're going to have to run her to ground. You may have to give up on this one and send Rami just 12 inches out here too. You know, you may have to just. You may have to send. So if you're going to stop her from getting away, you're going to have to get some blocking going or something.
Yeah, that's what I figure. So we'll send Rami 12 inches towards
Well,
Lady Elaine.
you know what? There's another dirty trick in there, though. There's another dirty trick, Matt, and I'll give you this one. If Rami could come up here and capture M'Baku here, that would give you the cone. And that helps a lot when you're trying to run somebody down, because then Minerva could move her 12 inches, right? And then at the start of the next turn, you would still have the cone as long as you don't screw it up. And you're like 3 inches away from Elaine, you know? So, right?
Guarantee I won't do that. Let's let Rami go after his lady love.
Okay.
That he's trying to woo.
Okay. He does his 6-inch move. And he's going to try to convince M'Baku to join him. I don't see any cards to play. Here is the peril. M'Baku is not. She's fighting back a little bit here. Here is the peril. 2 with cunning or might. 2 with cunning or might. And those are both 3-8 from what I remember. You still have an uncanny sitting in your lap. Okay, am I rolling 3-8, sir?
Yes, please.
Okay, here is your 3-8 roll. You got it. You got past the peril. Now is the plot point. The plot point has already been revealed. You now still need to roll 2 more successes with might, finesse, or brawl. And that's another 3-8 roll. I guess we could say it is might again. And he's flexing his muscles. He's showing off to his lady love. He says, hey, baby, check this out. All right, here is the roll, 3-8. And you only needed 2 successes. You got it. And you have captured that plot point. M'Baku,
bravo.
He picks her up and throws her over his shoulder. I'm going to put the model over here. I'm going to put the model over here on his card to show that he has that. And I'll slide a little yellow token under him to show that he's carrying a plot point. The next thing that I want to do is give him a blue card. He picks up a blue card, and M'Baku will give him a blue card. This is 1, 2. This is 7, 8, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is this one. And he picks up an extra might dice. So he now has an extra dice of might. And if you hold on to this card, if you're holding this card at the end of the scenario, it also gives you a +1 backup resource point. And that can be used in future scenarios. So there you go. But for right now, all it does is give you a +1 might, and it gives you the cone, Matt. You are now the boss. What are you going to do?
Did you ask my wife's permission?
You are the boss. You still have 2 characters that have not activated. You have Minerva and you have Ujarak. What are you going to do?
Minerva is going to pursue Lady Elaine and Miss Susan.
Let's see what a 12-inch move gets you.
Yes, I do, please.
A 12-inch move does not get you into contact with Lady Elaine, but it does get you about 1.5 inches away. You could shoot at her. You could run up to this. Tent, taking some cover there as you see Lady Elaine scurrying away, and you could shoot at her. The danger
Would I
there.
have line of sight?
Yeah, you have line of sight. I moved the camera. It'll catch up here in a second.
Okay.
You do have line of sight because you're up here at the side of the tent now. You are injured. The dangerous thing is that Lady Elaine could shoot back, and she would be rolling 3-6. You are injured right now. The dangerous part of this is basically if you lose the initiative here.
Yeah, I'm not going to shoot this turn.
Okay. All right. And then as you still have one character left to activate, and that is Ujarak, who is over here in the ruins.
And he's going to try for that plot point one more time.
Okay. Looking at cards, I don't see anything. So here is the peril. Here is the peril for that plot point. He didn't get past the peril last turn, did he?
He did.
No?
He just did not successfully do the plot point.
Oh, what was the plot point? I don't have the card laying out here. Doggone it.
It was a 2, and I didn't get any successes.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe.
And I only have a 1d6 in the skill, but
yeah, you have 1 dice in all of them. So maybe
I think a finesse or cunning, perhaps.
Okay. Doesn't really matter. Let's see. I don't think that card's ever been played, so I'm going to say it was that one. Okay. So the first thing he has to deal with is the peril, boys and girls. And that's important to remember, that plot points are always perilous. Simply because you got past it last turn does not mean you get past it this turn. So as he activates here, and if he's going to go after his plot point, here is the peril. The peril is 1 with finesse. Are you going to dodge it, or are you going to try to finesse it?
I will try to dodge it.
That will end your activation, and you will not be able to attempt the plot point.
No, then let's finesse it.
Okay.
Heck with it.
So
Let's
you're going
go
to roll
for
that 1 dice.
Not as well.
Yep.
Yep.
And you failed it. Here is his health check. And he failed that as well. Ujarak is down. Look at that, boys and girls. All three of the triplets are currently down. What joy. Okay, need to leave that sucker punch out there to mark the plot point. Okay, that means it's the end of the turn, and it's time for some recovery checks. Let's have some fun again, and we'll roll for the leaders together, and I'm going to let Matt decide. Matt, there is a red dice. There is a white dice. Which one of them is for Minerva?
I'm going to go red.
Red is for Minerva. White is for Lucky Dundee. And they're both failures. They will both remain injured. Here is for Kadeem, who is laying out here near Lucky. He is gone. Kadeem is gone. Here is for Taklo, who has spent 2 turns lying down because of the stay down. He is also gone.
Lifting his eyes.
And here is Ujarak. Ujarak won't desert. Ujarak is also gone. All
wow
of the allies
Holy smokes,
disappear in a cloud of smoke. Okay. So every single character failed their recovery checks that turn. Every single character on the table.
Wow.
Welcome to Dave's Dice of Doom. As we start turn number 4, Lucky's they're not doing bad here. They haven't lost a character. They're trying to run Lady Elaine down over there. This is pretty close. This is pretty close. Let's see how this goes. Here are the cards. Matt, you get the first card this time. You drew a warmed up. That's interesting. Warmed up. And Lucky Dundee draws a free pass. That's interesting. A free pass. Okay. Now, at the start of turn number 4, Matt has control of the cone. He only has 2 characters left on the table. He has Ramjit and he has Minerva. Let's see how far Ramjit is away from Lady Elaine. He does not have 12 inches to her. She is about 14 inches away. So he cannot rush her. This is a tough one. What do you think, Matt? Let me know
I
if you
get
need to see a different camera angle or anything here.
right. I see. Yeah. How close can I get?
Right now, you're about 1.5 inches away. Maybe even closer than that.
Let's go with Minerva
Okay, interesting.
and have her open fire.
Okay.
Woo.
Okay. All right. So the hard part here, I think, is for Lady Elaine. Is Lady Elaine going to dodge, or is she going to shoot back? So this is the choice. She's got a fairly decent chance of shooting here with 2 die 6 and short range. She would roll 3 die 6 if she wanted to shoot back, but she is a better dodger. She could dodge with 4 die 8.
Let's dodge, and I'll also play the sidestep card.
Okay. So you're going to use your dodge, and you're going to play your sidestep. That's going to get you up to 5d8. Sidestep. There.
And I'm going to play my steady aim bonus card.
Yep. Steady aim here. All right. Steady aim gets you another dice. So Minerva.
I'm also going to play my warmed up card, Dave.
You don't need it yet, brother.
Yep.
And I would just say to hold on to it until you actually need to play it, because it's not going to affect this fight. So, let's see, Minerva. I guess we need to roll for Minerva first. So we know that Lady Elaine is rolling 5d8, but Minerva is rolling a fistful of dice as well. Minerva's would normally roll 3 die 10, but she's down to d8s. She's got short range. She's got a steady aim. So she's rolling 5d8. So is that what we're talking here? Is 5d8 versus 5d8?
Is it
looks like it?
This is the marksman.
Let's see, 3. Short range, steady aim. Yes, marksman. 6 die 8. So Minerva's throwing 6 die 8 versus Elaine's 5. Here we go.
She really wants to stop her.
Yes. Here we go. Here is for Minerva's roll. Here is for Minerva's roll. The roll. Oh. 2 6s and a 7. Not a great roll, but at least got something in there.
I mean, it could still get it done.
I'm going to set some dice out here to try and remember the exact numbers that we got. Make sure we don't forget that. So 2 6s and a 7 as I pick those up and roll 5d8 for Lady Elaine. And she got an 8. She got a 6. And that's the only ones that will matter. The rest of them are too low to block Minerva's dice. And Lady Elaine is going to have to roll a 1 dice health check. 1 dice health check. Here it is. She fails it, boys and girls. Lady Elaine is injured. She is 1 injury away from dropping her plot point. Boys and girls. Boys and girls.
It's getting real now.
She is injured. She is almost about to drop that plot point. And that's the only plot. No, Ramjeet actually has a hold of a plot point over here. I was about to say that's the only plot point, but no. All right.
It took him a while, but he's on his game, right?
Now, Matt, here's the interesting thing. What do you do next?
I think they moved Rami in firing distance of Lady Elaine.
Yeah. You know, he's not a great shot. On a full run, he could get on a full run, he could get within short range of her.
Which would give me a 2x6 because of the short range and
But then he's going to lose it because he ran. So he'll stay at simply 2d6. Not a great chance here, but you realize if he can pull this off, this is going to put her down and she'll lose the plot point. This is a risky move. Maybe not particularly risky, but not a high probability move. I guess I'll say that. So Rami's only rolling 2d6. And Lady Elaine, what are you going to do?
Dodge.
Okay. That means you're going to have 4d6 because you are now injured. Come on in. How was the fair?
Lovely.
Yeah.
Hello.
Look, everybody. Come on.
howdy.
Look, everybody. The world's most dangerous Bessie is here.
I have arrived.
Hey.
I'm trying to save my die roll.
I'm glad you're back. How's the Bubba?
In tears, but trying to nap.
Yeah. Okay. We'll chat with the boys or girls. I guess you could do it here or you could do it over there, maybe. Either way. Okay. Rami's rolling 2d6. Lady Elaine is trying to dodge with 4d6. I think Lady Elaine's got this one. What do you say, boys? What do you say?
I'm not going to
Okay.
jinx her.
Yeah, I mean, there's no possible way she could fail this one.
After that,
There's no
mangling
possible
she
way
took from
she could
Minerva.
fail this one, right? Is this on camera? Okay. Here's the roll. Here's the dodge. Here's the dice. Oh my God, boys and girls, look at this. Rami gets a 6, a 1, and a 6. None of Lady Elaine's dice are big enough to stop that 6. That means she's going to have to roll a 1 dice health check. Boys and girls, if she fails this one, she is down. If she fails this, she is down. Boys and girls, I'd like to ask you again to take a moment right now and click that like button for us. That's important. Be sure to click that like button. If you're not a subscriber, you ought to be pushing the subscribe. If you're already a subscriber, click the bell so you'll be notified when we upload a new video. Here is the reveal. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it.
Let's see what kind of
Let's see
damage
it.
you just did to me.
Let's see what it is right here. She passed her health check, boys and girls.
Ooh,
She
sweating that
passed
one.
her health check. How about them apples? Woo! Now here's the deal. Michael hasn't activated any of his characters. So, Michael, what are you going to do? And those are all of Minerva's characters. She's down to 2 characters now. Michael, who are you going to activate?
Can she run off the board?
She cannot run off the board. There's a move. There's a move in. There's a rule in Pulp Alley called retreat. And you can go look it up. It's in the rule book, and it would allow you, when you activate a character, you could simply choose to remove them from the table. They're not really allowed to do anything else during that activation. You simply just pick them up and remove them from the table. The other thing about retreating is that you automatically drop any plot point that you're carrying.
Plot points. Yeah.
So you can certainly leave the table if that's what you would like to do.
Nah.
But
let's activate Milligan.
Okay.
Oh, Millie.
Oh, Millie.
Can she tie up Ramjeet?
She cannot tie up either one of them because she is well over 12 inches from both of them.
Let's get her close to Ramjeet.
She's about 14 inches away from Rami right now, so she can turn and take off running towards him. And she is now only 2 inches away from him. And that will end her activation. Who's going to activate next?
Then let's activate Lucky and move him
hold
towards
on,
Minerva.
Hold on. I want to make sure I give Matt an opportunity here.
Oh,
Matt,
sure. Sorry.
Are there any
Sorry.
cards that you would like to play when he activates Lucky? You have
No.
you have a warmed up, you have an uncanny, and you have an out of ammo.
No, just because of his lucky devil skill.
You're right. You can't play
He's trying to trick
cards.
you.
Can't play cards when he activates. Doggone it.
Matt's on the ball.
Matt's on the ball.
Sure enough.
Matt's the one. Okay, Matt does not play any cards. Lucky, where are you going, sir?
Towards Minerva.
Okay, a full
Close as he
12,
can get.
full 12-inch run at Minerva. You are currently about 17 inches away from her, so that's going to get you just about 5 inches away. Right here. Would you like to shoot?
Sure. Let's go ahead and. You know what? No, let's don't shoot. Let's don't shoot.
Let's don't shoot.
Right.
Let's don't shoot. Okay, let's don't shoot then.
I'm just trying to think of the pros and cons for what I'm trying to do with them. I don't need him to go down for this next turn. So no, let's don't shoot.
Okay. Now, Lady Elaine.
She's going to run.
Activated.
She's going to activate and run past Lucky and Millie back towards the center of the table as far as she can.
So she runs around. So she goes and she runs around the tent. She runs around the tent, and then I'm gonna lay a button out there to make sure I'm setting her where you want to be. So run around the tent, gets past her blockers, and gets out to here. Give me that blue button there. Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
Right about to there. Do you see that one? Is that good?
Yes.
Okay. So that gets both of those characters in the way. So I'll replace that blue button with a yellow one. And now Lady Elaine is injured and standing over here. Look at that, boys and girls. This is some end around movement here. This is some wild maneuvering going on. And now what are we going to do? That's the end of the turn. Did Lady Elaine want to shoot or anything when she got over there?
No, she's good.
Okay.
She's good.
I just like to throw that out there once in a while. Just, in case somebody wants to shoot, I want to make sure I give them that option.
Run away!
I had to get my my two people down there that took care of the other guys on your team. Had to get them down there to take care of business.
Now they're down here to take care of business.
Now,
as we start turn number 5, boys and girls, this is a 6-turn scenario. This is a 6-turn scenario. You look at this. Can you want to give me that camera? We have Ramjeet headed this way. We have Lady Elaine down here. I'm sorry, Minerva over here. We have Lucky and Millie kind of trying to block for Lady Elaine, but I don't know that it's going to help a whole lot, because if Matt activates first, he can simply move around them as long as he maintains control of the initiative. So we'll just have to see how this goes. Let's get some cards into play here. Let's get some cards into play.
And do recovery?
You want to do recoveries?
I think you could.
You think we should?
Yeah.
All right. I guess if that's how you want to do it. I guess if you want to do it. Okay, I got a red dice and a white dice.
Oh no.
This is for the leaders. This is for the leaders.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. Matt, you are in control of the cone. I'm going to let you call it. Are you the red dice or the white dice?
I'm going to go ahead and stay with red, despite
you are the
how it's
red
done for
dice.
me.
They both recover. Both of
Woohoo!
the leaders have shaken off their
Yay.
injuries, and
Nice.
they are
Of a
feeling spicy.
Ooh.
Now, what about that dear Lady Elaine? What do you think, boys and girls? For or better? No, she remains
Boo.
injured. She
Boo.
is hanging on by a thread. One more injury and she's dropping that plot point. Okay, here we go. Here we go as we start
I leave for
The
one game.
penultimate turn.
One game. This is what happens.
You know.
Why we don't have
Are
nice
you
things.
rooting against Matt? Why are you being mean to Matt?
I love Matt, but I hate Minerva.
Oh, don't you be hating on the Minerva.
Oh, did we do cards?
Did we do cards?
I don't think so.
Do we want to do cards?
I think
Let's
we
do
might.
cards.
It would be nice.
Matt is the director, so he draws a bad feeling. Interesting. Maybe not too useful, but oh, Michael. Oh, Michael draws a clear shot.
Of course he does.
Clear shot. Okay. Michael gets a clear shot. Now,
Dun, dun, dun.
Matt is in control here. What is Matt going to do?
Matt is going to move into a shooting position and open up a lead fire of fury on Lady Elaine.
I like that. I like the
Oh,
way you think.
dirty
I like the way you think. Is there a particular character that you were going to do that with?
Oh, let's live on the edge and let's go with Minerva first.
Okay. Minerva is going to activate. Now, where do you think Minerva would like to get to? Do you want Minerva to get like all the way up here as far as she can, sort of thing? You want her to try to get, in front of Lady Elaine? Where are we trying to get to?
All right. Yep.
Are you
Yep.
good
Right.
with my blue
With the
button?
right. With the blue button. That'll work.
Okay. Your blue button is going to do it. So Lady Elaine is going to run. She is moving over 6 inches as she moves up here to try and cut off Lady Elaine. And when she gets up here, she is shooting. She's up to D10s now, boys and girls, because she is not injured anymore. This could be it. This could be the blow that takes Minerva down right here. So, I'm sorry, that takes Lady Elaine down. She normally rolls 3 dice 6, but because good old Mordecai helped her out, that gets her up to 4. She's in short range, that gets her up to 5. Look at this, though. She ran, so she would lose 1, except she has nerves of steel. Would you like to use your nerves of steel to cancel that penalty?
I think that would be ideal.
Okay, so you're going to keep 5d6. Sorry, 5d10. So she is rolling 5d10. Lady Elaine, still injured. You could shoot back with 3 dice 6, or you could dodge with 4 dice 6. What are you going to do here?
Let's dodge.
Okay.
This looks a little rough.
This looks like it could be rough right here, huh? This could be it. Who are you boys and girls rooting for out there? Who are the boys and girls rooting for? Lady Elaine has dodged a whole bunch of bullets, quite literally. Can she do it again? Let's find out.
I guess you can.
All right, here we go. So 5d10, 4 die 6. Here is the shooting coming from Minerva. Have we forgotten anything? No. Here it is. Here's the roll.
No successes.
Okay, 3 successes.
Oh,
And these, a
Oh,
9
Lord.
and a 10 and a 5.
Ooh.
All right, well, you have a chance of blocking one of those. Let's see if she can get it. 4 die 6.
Come on, sis.
She did. She stopped that 5. She's going to have to roll a 2 dice health check, boys and girls. A 2 dice health check. She's got to get both of these. It has to be a success or she's going down. And she is down, boys and girls. Look at that lady. Elaine is down. And she
No
drops.
way.
She
Oh.
drops the plot point. The
No
plot
way.
point is now on the loose.
Good shooting.
The plot
Ah.
point is now on the loose, boys and girls. Do you see what happened right there? Now, here's the next thing that you got to think about, Matt. Now what do you do? Because Susan's, yeah, you got to go stand on it. Yeah. She's too far away from Rami for him to actually move over there and try it this turn. But instead, what Bessie suggested was that you run over there and you stand on that plot point to stop the other people from getting there.
But that's just an idea. I mean, you don't have to.
You don't
do
have
it.
to.
You don't
She's
have to.
that's just one of many options. You could also just take off running towards
Off the table,
towards
too.
the-
You
yeah,
know,
you
can
could
do everything.
take off towards the can of
You never
Cooner
know with
beans.
Rami.
Matt, what are you going to do?
I think I'm going to choose to take the wisdom set forward by Bessie and stand on the plot point and act knowing and intelligent as a man of history.
I thought
Okay.
you might.
You are easily, give me another camera. You are easily within 12 inches, so you can run and put yourself
Oh, look at me. I'm saying.
atop the plot point.
I believe he's skipping because he's so happy.
He's frolicking. Now he has his own plot point. Now that seems kind of greedy. You know, he already has.
It does a bit.
It
doesn't
does.
It?
You know, he's already got a plot point. Why
That
do you?
shows the type of people Minerva hangs out with.
Oh,
Oh no.
oh. All right. Well, the other camera.
Sorry.
So now. Well. What is Lucky going to do? Lucky Dundee and Millie are right here. What do you do now?
Oh man.
Just blam, blam, blam. Right?
Yeah, we
Well,
can.
Millie can't. Millie can't blam him.
Throw a banana at him.
Could throw
Fall
bananas
on
at
a
him.
banana peel and wipe it.
Oh, those banana peels? Are you kidding me? Those things are dangerous. Well known.
Carefully, you shoot your eye out.
All right, Michael, who are you going to activate?
Let's activate Millie.
You know, Millie? Okay. What is Millie going to, let me double check and make sure if we have any cards to play. Okay, I don't think there are any. So, Millie, what is Millie going to do?
Let's go get in contact with Ramjeet.
Okay, we call that rushing around here. So she's
Yes.
going to rush Rami, and then as the attacker, you have to declare which skill are you going to use.
Brawl.
She is running up there and she is brawling. Oh, this is an act of desperation. She only has like a 1d4. Yeah, 1d4 in brawling.
Who?
Millie?
Would that be a
3d6?
3d6, I thought.
I can't see it from here. I thought it was 1d4. From
How many 1d4 dice do we have? You know, dice in general. This
So
character.
3 die 6 brawl. Rami, what are you gonna do?
3 die
I
8.
do not like monkey.
3 die 8 to brawl or 2 die 6 to dodge?
Oh, I'm going to brawl.
Brawling? Okay. Let's see. Rami has not been in a fight. Millie has not been in a fight. So I guess that's it. That's the dice right there. 3 die 6 plus and 3 die 8. Let's roll them. Let's see how this goes. Bam! Millie gets 2 5s.
Oh wow.
Rami gets 2 8s and a 5. Are you just going to play this as dangerous as you can? Is this an act of desperation, or are you going to try and play it safe and get rid of one of his dice?
Let's go ahead and take them all.
Okay. So Millie will have to roll a 3-dice health check, and Rami will roll a 2-dice health check. Here is for Millie. Millie, come on, you got to make this. And she does, boys and girls. Millie is not injured. Oh my gosh. If Rami gets injured here, do you know what that means, boys and girls? Rami is not injured. Okay, that was a stalemate there, boys and girls. This is getting tough. What is Lucky Dundee going to do? He is the only character that has not activated so far this turn. What is he going to do? Is he going to go in and brawl Rami?
Yes. Let's do that.
Going into brawl Rami. Okay. Now, Rami, what are you going to do now? Here, I need to ask Lucky Dundee what he's going to do. And I believe you have 4-die-10 in brawl.
Yeah, 4-die-10 in brawl.
Okay, so 4-die-10 to brawl. Rami, you could roll 2-die-6 to dodge, or you could roll 2-die-8 to brawl, or you could hand me that warmed up and roll 3-die-8.
I think I'm going to hand you the card.
Okay, I'm going to take that warmed up out of your hand. You have 3-die-8 to brawl back. Lucky Dundee is rolling 4-die-10. Here is the roll. I'm trying to see if anybody has cards to play. Okay, 4-die-10 again coming at Rami. Oh dear.
Wow.
It's not my fault, Michael. That's not a bad roll, Michael. It's not a bad roll. He got a 7.
He got 4-die-10.
He got a 7.
He got 2 2s to 1.
What's wrong with a 7? That's a good roll. That's a good roll. That was a good roll, boys and girls. That was a good roll. Nothing wrong with getting a 7. He got a 7. Was that not good?
It was bad.
Okay. See if this goes any better here.
Let's see how you do.
Rami fighting back, fists flying. He gets a 7 also.
Well, let's wait.
Okay. Both of you got a 7, which for the record is a good roll. What are you going to do? The active character here is Lucky Dundee, the man.
Take them all.
He says take them all. That
Take
means
all one.
Lucky Dundee is going to take 1, and Rami is going to take 1. We'll roll those together.
Ooh.
Here it is. Bam! Lucky Dundee is injured, and Ramjeet is not.
Oh.
You're fired, bro.
Do we want to switch to letting Bessie roll the dice?
No, it's all right.
Okay.
I mean, there's only one turn left.
Well, we are getting into the recovery checks, so that's where we're at. We're 2 recovery checks. There's some important recovery checks here.
Yes, there are.
There are some important recovery checks here because of you really need Lady Elaine to get up. So we're rolling 2-die-6 here. And these are both for Michael. Michael, these are both for you, brother. This is all about
Right
the
on.
Michael.
So kind.
All about the Michael. Michael, there's a red dice and a white dice. One of those 2 dice is for Lucky Dundee, and the other one is for Lady Elaine. Which dice is for Lucky Dundee?
The red one.
The red dice is for Lucky Dundee, and the red dice is a pass. And Lucky Dundee shakes off his injury.
Good job.
Lady
I
Elaine.
believe you took Lady Elaine.
Lady Elaine is gone.
She's very.
Boo.
Boo.
Lady Elaine is carried off. And look at this, boys and girls. Look at this. I tell you what, Matt Spence on the last turn of the scenario. Let's draw some cards. Card number 1, this is for Matt, who has maintained control of the
I'm
cone.
all right.
He draws an I'm all right. That's pretty
It's
handy.
pretty handy. Bad luck.
Bad luck for Michael Greenhill.
Uh-huh.
No, that's good.
Can
You
I
probably
put
want
that
to play
in
that
there?
on
I
pretty
would.
quick.
I certainly would.
Pretty quick, yeah. All right, Michael. This is a really, really tough spot to be in, brother, because Minerva is in position that she could go for that major plot point. She could go for that major plot point. Only with Minerva, Ramjeet could not attempt it because he's engaged. What do you think you want to do here, Matt? What do you think you want to do?
I believe that Miss Minerva is going to go for the plot.
This is the last turn of the scenario.
This is.
All right. To get to that plot point, you're going to have to move to this side of it so that you maintain a 1-inch space between you and the enemies.
And let's go ahead and play bad luck on her.
Absolutely. As soon as she activates, you play bad luck. There are 4 cards sitting in his pile. So we'll say that's 1, 2, and that's 7, 8. It is 1, 2, and you got rid of his bad feeling. That's interesting. He has held on to that uncanny the whole scenario. I think I'm about to get it though. Let's see here.
You might.
You might be right.
Here is, but the cool thing about the uncanny card is that you don't have to play it until after you roll, and it makes it very
Yeah,
powerful.
that's a great card.
Because you can hold on to that until that right when you really need it, and bam, you have that uncanny success.
Bam.
Minerva moves
Sounds
over there.
like
The
that.
first thing she has to do is face a peril. Susan is very upset. She's hysterical. She's swinging madly, and Minerva is going to have to roll 1 success with finesse. I think that might be Minerva's weak spot.
3 die 10.
Only 3 die 10. Let's
Roll
see
it.
if she can make it.
Dun dun dun.
No one has ever failed this roll in the history of Pulp Alley.
Except until the curse
Okay.
of the commentator.
All right. And you make it past the peril.
Yay!
You made it past the
And there
peril.
was much
Now he's
rejoicing.
going to draw. Bessie's drawing your plot point card.
1 with finesse.
Also 1 with finesse.
Ooh.
Really?
And Here
I
is
know, I'm sorry.
here is the roll. No surprises there. 3
Oh, that you can
successes. Here you go. And
That was a
that
good roll.
means Susan is once again fallen under the sway of a player character. And
I am very
Minerva,
charming.
wow, on the last turn of the game, talk about sneaky, underhanded playing.
Talk about Minerva.
Now, you still have 1 character that has not activated. Do you think it would be smart to activate him, or should you ask Michael to activate a character?
I am passing.
Okay, Michael. Now, boys and girls, if you don't understand why Matt did not activate, it's a very important strategic move or tactical move on his part. If he activated Ramjeet right now, he would have to split his dice and would start a fight with both of those characters. There is a chance that in fighting both of those characters, he could actually be put down. That would leave them both with their free activations. They haven't activated, so on them, their activations, they could go after Minerva, potentially putting her down. So by forcing Michael to activate a character, he's guaranteeing that at least one of them will not get to move against Minerva. So, Michael, who are you going to activate?
Let's activate Millie.
Millie activates. Is Millie fighting or dodging?
She's fighting.
She is fighting, and that's 3 dice 6. Rami, what are you going to do?
We'll brawl.
Okay, 3 die 6 versus 3 die 8. And here is the roll. Camera 2. Rami gets 3 7s, which in my book is an automatic win.
Dang.
Millie got a 5 and
I should
a.
throw math at it.
Millie also got 2 successes, though. Millie, what do you say? Take them all?
Take them all.
Okay.
Take
So
them
that
all.
means Rami will have to roll a 2 dice health check, and Millie will have to roll a 3 dice health check. Okay, Rami, 2 dice health check. Bam. Oh, and he failed. He is injured.
Let's play a stumble on him.
Oh, look at what he's
Bam.
pulling here. A stumble. That's going to move Rami X inches in a random direction. He's going to move 3 inches in a random direction. 4. Rami stumbles back here. And that
Yay.
leaves.
Nice cards.
That leaves. This question came up recently, and it doesn't happen very often, but someone asked, can I play 2 stumbles on the same character from the same hits? And yes, you actually can. So he could actually play his other stumble. There's no reason to. That was about as good of a stumble as you could have possibly have hoped for right there. So I actually don't want him to stumble again. Okay. Rami is injured. He stumbled. He goes falling back that way. I think Millie actually tripped him and pushed him out of the
That
way.
banana peel.
It was that damn banana peel.
It was
I'm
dangerous.
telling you guys right now, those banana peels are dangerous. They should be
An OSHA
outlawed.
violation.
Outlawed, banned. Okay. We still have Lucky Dundee.
Did we? I'm sorry, I may have missed it. Did Millie pass her?
Oh, you want me to roll that? Okay. 3
yeah,
dice health
you-
check for Millie.
Gotta be fair, man.
Yeah, let's go ahead and roll it just for fun. She did not.
Aw.
So they're both injured.
Oh,
Okay.
She put in the effort.
There is still 1 character left that hasn't activated. Not very likely that he's going to unseat that plot point from Minerva, unless there's
Right, but
cards.
we'll shoot her anyway.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah. Okay.
that's a gentleman for you.
Is it
That's no way to treat a lady. No way.
there are actually cards that can cause you to lose a plot point by being hit. Like if you hit a character that's carrying a plot point. But they're not in the basic set of cards, which is what we play with during our Sunday games. During the Sunday games, we use the straight starter deck. So let's see. So do you want a shooter or are you going to brawl her?
Let's shoot her.
Okay.
More gentleman-like boarding.
So I think you're rolling 4 die 10 to
4 die
shoot.
10.
No,
There.
3. His brawl is
3.
4.
Short range.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That gets you up to 4 die 10 because of the short range. And then Minerva could shoot back. She normally rolls 3 die 10, but she's got a nice weapon from Mordecai, and she's at short range. So she's rolling 5.
Yeah, that
D10.
Mordecai guy.
He
He's
really.
a bad egg.
No, he's a good fella.
He's a bad
Here's
guy.
from Lucky Dundee. 2 10s, a 5, and a 4. Here
Yay, good
is
job,
from
Lucky.
Minerva shooting back. Did I give you the option to dodge, Matt? I don't know. Maybe I should have given Matt the option to dodge. I don't think I actually did.
It's still a little been 4 die 10.
Okay. Did you want to dodge, Matt?
No, that's okay.
Okay. So that's 4 hits on both players, on both characters. Do you want to just do a take them all or?
Yep.
Play
Yeah,
it
just
safe?
take them all.
So here is Lucky Dundee's health check. No surprise there. He
Oh.
is injured.
That's a little rough.
Remember, boys and girls, that Remember, boys and girls, that the number of failures means nothing. A health check is a health check. You either pass it or you fail it. So if you fail it, your health drops 1 level. If you fail with 3 dice, that doesn't mean it drops 3 levels. I've seen some folks do that incorrectly. So just trying to help out there. Here is the 4 dice health check for Minerva. And no surprise, she's also injured. And that ends the scenario. That ends the scenario at turn number 6. We could roll for some recovery checks if we wanted to use like the heroic escape chart or something like that. We'll go ahead and roll for recovery checks. So just real quickly, here is for Rami. Rami recovered. Here is for Millie. Millie did not. Here is for Lucky. Lucky recovered. Here is for Minerva. Minerva also recovered. So the only character that remained injured at the end of that scenario was Millie.
Oh, great game.
That was awesome. That was awesome. Did you see that? The way he came back at the end of that, boys and girls, who
That was good.
out there was writing him off. Lucky Elaine, Lady Elaine got out there. She got a hold of that plot point and she took off running. What switched it there was the power of who had control of the cone.
Yeah.
I think it was in like turn 1 or turn 2. It was looking fairly bad for Matt or for Michael.
It was looking very bad for me up until like turn 5.
Well, no, I'm talking early on. Who started out with the control of the cone? Was that
I started and lost at the first.
Yeah.
I think the end of the first turn.
Yes. Matt actually started off fairly well, and I thought it looked bad for Michael there, but he ended up winning a fight. I think it was that he probably shouldn't have won, and then he got a hold of the cone, and then that kind of switched things around. All of a sudden, that kind of switched it up for Matt, because I thought Matt was in a really good position where he was going to move up and grab a hold of that plot point, but because Elaine grabbed because Lucky Dundee grabbed the control of the cone, must have been on turn 1 there. She was able to start turn 2 with control of the cone and just run up there and grab that plot point. So that was a very fortuitous switch for Michael Greenhill and the Lucky Dundee League. And then it was looking really bad for Matt for the next several turns. All of his henchmen, all of the triplets were getting hammered. Elaine had control of the major plot point and was headed for the hills. And then Matt was able to grab control of the cone right there towards the end. And you could feel the shift in momentum right there. Boom. And that was what allowed him to get over there and cut her off. Really, really cool. What a great game. What a great game.
That was fun.
It was cinematic. It was great.
Yeah. This is why Pulp Alley is so engaging and because it's just not one of those I go, you go games that are so goofy. You actually have this back and forth going on that's so cool. Lots of fun. Let's see. Now, the official end of this scenario puts Matt in a nice position. He ended with the experience card, and he ended with another plot point. So he claimed 2 different rewards. Get that one over there too. So as we go into week 2, and let's see who plays next week.
I play next week with Vern, I believe.
Okay, Michael versus the Sky Pirates. Yeah, Michael versus the Raven Squadron. Yep. And that is going to be the final flight scenario.
Ooh, that's a fun one.
That's going to be the final flight scenario in Morocco. So from here, Minerva has captured Susan, and she questions her, and she finds out that Susan had been in contact with her father, who was part of a missing expedition. That's what this is all about, is trying to track them down. If you don't have the Perilous Island book, you got to read through that background, and so you kind of get caught up on the story. Maybe I should share some of that story sometime, but not right now. So Susan reveals that the package, like maybe one of the last letters that she received from her father, was addressed from Athens and a friend of her father's in Athens. So that's what this next trip is. But along the way, there may be things that happen along the way. So the next adventure does not happen in Athens. But because Minerva is traveling with her gang of folks, and the Lucky Dundees aren't going to take this sitting down, they're also going to follow on Minerva's heels and try to catch up with them and save Susan as well as her father.
Because they're the good guys.
We got to get some back,
Yeah, we'll see.
No, they are.
So
I think good is a perspective.
what was that? Yes, a matter of perspective. Yep. So I am going to post a campaign record sheet on the Facebook group, so y'all can use this. This is the new campaign record sheet that's also going to be in the characters book, the upcoming characters book. And you can use this to keep track of what scenarios you've played, what experience you've picked up, what assets and things like that. So it's very handy for going through a campaign to keep track of your progress through the campaign. So each player will have one of those. So I will fill out one of those for all 4 of the players, so we can keep track of. Matt now has an experience point.
Yeah, he does.
And a backup point. That's pretty awesome. So we'll talk more about how you use those in the next scenario. All right. That's it for tonight, though, isn't it? Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. We will see you soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
That was awesome, Matt.
That was a great game, man.
Awesome. Oh my God. I thought I was doomed.
Man.